Hello everybody, I'm Arglefumf. This is a full game video for Sherlock Holmes and the Hound of the Baskervilles. I'm gonna beat the entire game in this video. At least I'm gonna try. I'll play on easy mode. Ugh, gross. So a man kills a woman, and then he himself is killed by the famous Hound of the Baskervilles. We cut to the 1800s, where Sherlock Holmes is being asked.
Seems that we have a visitor, Holmes.
Indeed. Come in. Hello, Sir Henry Baskerville. Did you have a good trip?
But how do you know who I am? I had not announced my visit.
By looking at your dress, it is totally unsuited to our wet English weather. This allowed me to deduce that you came here in a hurry and carrying the bare minimum in your luggage. Then there is a blue ink stain on your thumb, the same blue ink used by the passenger service at Waterloo Station to print their tickets. Your ticket has stained your thumb because of the rain. Also, my attention was attracted to your cufflinks with the initials HB, but still I had not yet made the connection with the famous Baskerville family. It is by remembering a Times article that I deduced your identity. It was telling of the odd death of Charles Baskerville and the likely return of his nephew and only heir, Henry.
Brilliant. Your reputation is well-deserved, Mr. Holmes. But let me explain the purpose of my visit. You
do not believe in legends, and you would like to clear the circumstances of your uncle's death. You need a factual, logical, and rational explanation of what some call the curse of the Baskervilles. And who else, in all modesty, but Sherlock Holmes and his faithful friend Dr. Watson would be able to solve such a mystery? Watson, my friend, pack your bags. We're leaving for Baskerville Hall. Tell us about the curse of the Baskervilles, Henry.
Its origin dates back to my ancestor, Hugo Baskerville. It is said he was a vile person who earned the wrath of the devil. After his death, all our ancestors seemed to come to bad ends at Baskerville Hall. At the scene of each death, there were always dog or wolf tracks, but gigantic. Thus, over the centuries, a legend was built, that of a creature from hell, the Hound of the Baskervilles. My uncle was sure that it was a reality. He was convinced that the beast would take him sooner or later, as it took all those our lineage. With his last letter, he sent me this medallion. According to Charles, it was needed to break the curse of the Baskervilles, but he did not know how to use it. Do you believe in this legend, Mr. Holmes?
We'll have to exhaust all other hypotheses before falling back on that one. Baskerville Hall in sight.
Yeah, Sherlock Holmes talks a lot in this version, yeah.
Welcome to Baskerville Hall. The servants are not here to welcome us, I fear. They were severely affected by the death of my uncle and have since retired.
The family portraits gallery, I assume. But why such expressions on their faces?
These pictures have not always been so disturbing. According to my uncle, the changes in the paintings occurred after the violent death of the portrayed Baskerville. It appears to be one of the effects of the curse.
Ooh, that's cool.
Have you noticed? The family coats of arms under the pictures are missing.
Indeed, it is an interesting point to begin our investigation. Where can these coats of arms be, and why did they disappear?
Let's try to find them. I cannot stay here any longer. The sight of those ghastly faces is unbearable.
Alright, let's do a little tutorial here. If you're stuck, you can press the hint button in the medallion. It says we want to grab this door lock piece, and that's added to our inventory at the bottom of the screen. Looks like we can also go backwards into the hall. Okay, this button switches between the hall and the portrait gallery. Alright, cool. So the stuff about the medallion is not in, like, the book, Sherlock Holmes and the Hound of the Baskervilles. This is all made up for the game. So Hugo Baskerville, he's the source of the curse. By killing somebody, he brought that ghostly dog who has cursed all of his family members. Well, it looks like James's room. Why has he protected it? This is a zoom zone. Its focal point has elements that are missing. So it looks like we need to find 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of the puzzle in order to actually start the puzzle. Fine. And looks like we've got a room for James and Lily. We've got a room for Winter and Kitchen. Huh. Well, I think we have a room for every single one of these Baskervilles, like Roger and Luisa, James, Lily, Edward, Elizabeth, and Charles. This is missing 5 elements. Okay, so we can't really explore a whole lot here. And what's this? The 0 out of 5 in the bottom left corner. I can't tell. Well, this is Roger's room. It looks like this is probably the only one we can mess with right now. Let's put the door lock, this piece into place, and now that gives us this puzzle. Alright, so we need to presumably move the pieces around so they all fit. Like that there. And that there. And that there, but that there. Aha! So that messes up. That is incorrect. That can't be correct. So maybe I'm supposed to move this to the top part of the screen. Okay, reset the puzzle. And help does say arrange the tiles so there are no unmatched connections. Maybe, yeah, if we've got this piece here and maybe that piece there, that would be good. It feels like these, like the triple pieces need to go in the center somewhere, some sort of center spot. No, that's the same silly solution I had previously, which did not work at all. What if it's like this on the left-hand side instead? Like that. No. But then that... There's a skip puzzle button, which is loading very, very slowly, I see. I just need to get one piece in place, and then maybe it'll work. So let's try, blues, because there aren't as many blues. It's like this is good, but it doesn't work. And I can't move it down one because then that wouldn't then this would be stuck, right? We'd have a piece there in the middle there. But if I move it down one more, that doesn't work because it gets stuck there. So, So I just need to figure out where this blue triple piece is. Can't go here, and it can't go there. Like, it really does have to go something like this. But then that upper left piece is broken. I can't put it here, not there. I must have to put it here. Like this. That's the only possible way I can get those blues into place. By getting the blues in place like that, I'm able to get all the others into place. That's how you solve the puzzle. Booyah. Really great work, my friend. You solved it. Clearly, I should have started with the blues instead of the yellows.
Sir Roger Baskerville is certainly one of the most famous hunters in all of Great Britain.
Indeed, Dr. Watson, my grandfather spent a large part of his life traveling the colonies of the Empire to stalk the largest predators in the world.
Let us try to learn more about the tragic death of Sir Roger Baskerville. Such a distinguished hunter could not possibly have been killed by a simple dog.
Ah! That was scary. Let me change the music or just the voice.
Let's hear this solution.
I can't hear what the characters are saying. The music's too loud. Okay, so in this room, it looks like we're going to have to collect several things, like the Book of the Baskervilles. What's that? It's a map. Oh, great. We've got a map. So this indicates where there are things to do. Good. So yeah, we've got puzzles to solve in every single room of the game, because we just started the game. So this looks like a knife. We've got a knife. We've got a horn. We've got a crossbow piece. That painting looks like it could have been a puzzle, but it's not. The curtain. We should open the curtains. Perhaps I use my knife on the curtain to open it. It's not the right item, Holmes. Right, I'll put this down. Ah. So now we have arrows, multiple arrows. Okay, so secret door. The grate, we need to get rid of oily rust spots, so we need some oil. This wolf's head needs some eyes. There's a crystal eye. Okay, we've got one of them. Good. Looks like we need to find the other one, and this is whiskey. What a mess. So hint says we need to grab the curtain ribbon. Obviously, we're going to use that on the curtain. That's going to let some... so scary. It gives us a creepy scene, and it gives us a hidden objects challenge. Okay, so I'll solve this first hidden objects challenge legitimately. Basically, we need to find everything listed at the bottom of the screen. Sometimes you can solve a hidden objects challenge like that just by clicking at random. Just click on everything, and you'll eventually get all the items you're supposed to find. Oh good, we've got a hint. I found 3 items in 3 seconds. Don't know how that happened. Handprint. Plant. Horse head and horseshoe. There's the horseshoe. Dog and a wineskin. Wineskin. Ah, it's a picture of a dog. Horse heads and rope. I'm not quite sure what horse heads refers to. I do not. I'll just use a hint for both these items. Oh, there's the rope. Okay, and those are like metallic horse heads. Solving the puzzle gives us an oil can. And I got some sort of special achievement medal here for finding the 3 items in a row, I'm sure. Where is it? There we go. Incredible speed. Wow, and then you've got things for finding a bunch of items very, very quickly. Not sure that's going to happen to me. So I'll use the oiler here. This lever is hidden inside the fireplace. We need to extinguish the fire first. So I found a piece of paper for some reason. Cool. Are there any items I can pick up? Now I can pick up a coat of arms piece. So that's what this thing in the lower left-hand corner is. It's a coat of arms. Because we're going to have to assemble a coat of arms for every single Baskerville. Now I can grab a pitcher of water from this room. I don't think I could have picked it up earlier. I pick it up, I use it on the fire. Now I can pull the lever. That also gave me an item. I also saw an item in there. I also saw it. It's a piece of coal. Okay, great. Now let's check out the secret garden.
A unicorn, a dragon, a werewolf? I can't believe my eyes.
Don't let appearances fool you, Henry.
Dr. Watson is right. It is unlikely that these fantastic animals ever existed. It is, rather, a matter of a remarkable job of taxidermy.
Taxidermy. It's still very remarkable. Okay, so I need to open this creature's fingers to get the other crystal eye. It's missing a horn, I bet. I put the horn on the Minotaur. That opens its hand, giving me the crystal eye that I need. You've got both crystal eyes. You want to just go right back to the room and solve that puzzle? Nice. Thank you for letting me know. I can just warp right back to here. Saves me some backtracking time. So what does that do? Did something change in the room? Oh, it lets us time travel to the past?
What happened? Where are we?
What?
I believe the correct question is rather, when are we?
What do you mean, Holmes?
Look at these traces of struggle. Look at the shape of the room, its decoration. Everything appears as if Sir Roger was just killed. Smell the air. The odors of gunpowder and blood are still fresh.
You don't really think that we went back in time, do you?
I thought you were Mr. All Logic and, deductions, Holmes, not Mr. Science Fiction.
Normally I would reply no and laugh at your naivety, but for now I'd rather not say anything. I do not know how or why, but it seems that we have stepped back to a few minutes after the death of Sir Roger. There is always an explanation. Be patient.
I will be patient. Okay, so presumably we are going to get... We need to find all pieces of the scheme. It will help us understand the curse.
Look at this copy of the Times. It's almost 90 years old. Either it is perfectly kept, or we are really at the beginning of the century.
Wow, so we did travel back in time to the early 1800s. That is crazy times. Wow. Gosh, could we just leave, maybe? Is that an option? I thought I had a crossbow piece. I'll put it on the crossbow. Looks like I need a few more. Like, Sherlock Holmes could change history by just stepping outside and, I don't know, doing stuff. He could introduce, like, new inventions and such. This is kind of cool, but I think... Oh, man, I can't back away from a hidden objects challenge. I think in this particular case, though, Holmes can only time travel inside this particular room. Let's see. A few more items to find. This one has not been so bad. A belt, a cane, a playing card, a pouch, and a shoe. It does always get sad when you're like at the end of the challenge and there's like 3 more items to find. There's the cane. Now we need a corkscrew, a playing card, and a shoe. And those should be easy items to find. Here's the shoe. There's not a playing card. Playing cards are usually rectangular, so I tried clicking on all the rectangles. That didn't help. There's the corkscrew. I don't see the playing card. I just clicked on the hint and I don't... Did it highlight something? Oh, here's how I back away from hidden objects challenge. Just that button in the upper... Yeah, this is definitely time travel. That's kind of cool. I like it. Okay, so this time I'll keep my eyes really open. This thing is not a playing card, though. Not this thing. Here. That must be it. Yay, I found a golden arrow. And the golden arrow is going to go on the crossbow. We have made a crossbow in the past. And it doesn't look like there's anywhere I'm going to use it here in the past. So let's return to the present. Let's go back to that secret garden. I didn't finish examining it. So the dragon's head, it's been locked. I need to find a key. We've got ivy. Apparently I need to cut it with some sort of weapon. And the werewolf, a coat of arms pieces around its neck. We need to use the crossbow on it. Gives me coat of arms piece number 3. And is there anything else in this room? I see there is a cloth. Alright. So let's see. The map says this room is done. So that gives you a good example of how the map is showing whether a room is done or not. Let's see, this is completely finished, it says. Which is not true. I think it's saying it's just done for now, right? It's done for now. Later on, obviously, we're going to unlock this and solve puzzles there. But for now, we've got 3 rooms where we can do something. The hint says, wow, that's a tiny coat of arms piece. That's almost like a hidden objects challenge. Trying to find those tiny pieces somewhere. Is there anything I can do with the whiskey? No. So it looks like the puzzle we have to solve in this room is something with the whiskey. That's not the right item. Hint says cloth. Use cloth to pick up whiskey? No, that gives us an alcohol-soaked cloth. Okay. And I guess I'll use that here somehow? On the vines? No, I probably use the knife to cut down the vines. And this gives us a puzzle. So this puzzle is, click on the pieces. There's only one solution. Only one piece can actually be completed. So let's try whatever animal this is. I am not sure. Is this just a human sitting on a rock? Sure, let's go with that. It looks like I've gotten enough of these pieces together. There we go. Wow, you solved the puzzle in less than a minute. You got an award, an achievement. All right, solved a puzzle in under a minute. Good. I got a padlock key. Oh, sorry about that. That's obviously for this padlock over here. That gives me the final coat of arms piece for Roger.
We have all the pieces of the coat of arms of Sir Roger Baskerville. Let's go to his portrait.
So we're going to warp right there, and then we're going to put the coat of arms pieces. See, I grab it here and then put it there. I got it.
The painting seems to be regaining its original colors, as if the curse was lifted.
Hooray! We saved Roger the Hunter.
Holmes, Watson, look! By inserting the arms, we've triggered a mechanism. A secret cache. There's something inside.
The diameter of this jewel seems to perfectly match the empty slot on the medallion.
I think Sir Roger has given us an important element for our investigation. Look, there's a note in the back of the jewel. Physical power and brute force. Amazing! The medallion seems to react to the presence of the jewel. It vibrates. Let us try to use it. Perhaps on the boards that block the door to Louisa's room.
So this is a strength token. It gives us super strength. Super strength. This is definitely magical. Okay, so that's Louisa's door. I'm going to grab the strength and use it on the door.
Indeed, it seems that the powers of this locket give us interesting perspectives.
Powers? Dear friend, let's not sink into superstition.
You got super strength. You traveled through time, Holmes. It does seem like this is magical. Whatever, we got a new area to explore. This is Luisa's room.
She was a great actress. The poor woman did not live long enough to have the career she deserved.
Do you know how she tried to escape the beast?
According to my uncle, she tried to escape reality by creating a world of her imagination. She hid there thinking she could escape her fate, but the curse took her anyway.
So, she is now hiding in Imagination Land.
And what of this refuge she created?
My uncle found Louisa's writings speaking of a world behind the mirror. She called it her shelter, but Charles never found out what it was exactly.
Hidden room behind her mirror. Eh? Thanks for the information, buddy. It looks like we need to find 5 items to fix this mirror. And then we're going to go through the looking glass to meet the Mad Hatter. So she has a coat of arms as well. She has an evil wolf's head. Okay, we're probably gonna find 2 eyes for that wolf head. We're gonna grab the key. Lots of items here to grab at the start. So there's something on its head recently. Probably the hat. That's easy enough. Oh, the mannequin opened its eyes. It gave us 1 eye. So we need something to attach to the hand. Presumably like a bracelet. Hint says I missed that painting part. Looks like we've got 6 of them. Yikes. Oh, and we can go all the way back here for more stuff. What is new here about this room? The dirty signboard. Now it is a clean sign board. I wonder how we could take a note of it. Oh, I'm supposed to use the paper and the coal on it to make a note. And yes, location is complete. We won't have to worry about here for the rest of the game. Good. Alright, can I go in the past? Is there anything here in the past? There is. An old vase. But now that I have super strength, I can break it. Yeah! I've got another achievement. Oh boy, getting achievements all over the place. This gives me another painting part. Probably need to smash this vase. That gave me a gear. This location is complete. Now, there's nothing to do here quite yet, so let's go back to this spot. Let's see, what is there in this room? It is the second floor key, but I still need to find like 5 more. Let's go back to Luisa's room here. Only 1 strange sign. I need 3 more. Oh boy. Little box. This is a puzzle, and we don't need anything to unlock the puzzle. We can just solve it right away. We have a limited number of moves, though. Okay. So red down. Purple there. Let's see. Blue, yellow. Purple, blue, it's gonna be green, purple, blue, green. Oh, I had it, I just needed 2 more steps to get that correct. Okay, so this is yellow at the bottom. Is that correct? Is it saying yellow at the bottom? Not sure. Like, I could do this. Green up, yellow bottom. Huh. And then the only things that match with the blue are going to be the ones next to it. Alright. I do think we're going to have to do something wild like that. Then how do I make anything else happen? Yeah, that's my question here. Wait a minute. It's got to be yellow over here on the left. That's got to be it. I can't think of a better explanation. So let's see. If I want to get yellow there, I'm going to have to use yellow down there and flip it with purple. If I want purple to be flipped with purple... I'm not making any sense, am I? Okay, so like purple there. Yellow, blue, red. Oh, that's it. That's the solution. Okay. Just playing around with the puzzle gives you the solution, my friend. Nicely played. 3 puzzles in a row without skips. Gives us a little key. Anything else? A fang. I've got a fang. So that's the key for the wardrobe. And that gives me a hidden objects challenge. Let me check something. What if I have a different save file? Button, doll, fan, feather. Will the items be the same? Swan, corset, fan, feather. Half of them are the same. Alright, so it does look like some of these items change. Just depending on your save file. Alright, so you get different set of objects to find every single time you play the game. That's the basic idea. It gives you some replayability. I think the way they program it is that... How many objects are we finding? Oh, let me use a hint to grab one. Let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So it's like 15 objects. So they probably have like 40 objects on this particular screen that you can find and click, and the game randomly picks 15 of them for you to find when you start the challenge. I suppose that's good. You know, it could be worse. Like, what if some of the puzzles have like randomized elements to them too? Like that could have been tough. Like this puzzle, that could have been really tough if we had randomized starting locations for the things in those puzzles. Okay, so I got a Fang. Another Fang. Do you want to visit Roger's room immediately? Okay, the tiger needed fangs? I didn't realize that. That gives me the crystal eye. Now we're going back to Luisa's room immediately and then putting in the crystal eyes. And will this let us time travel as well?
Here we are again in the past. My God, what a savagery.
A brutal crime, Henry. A brutal crime.
Sadly, it reminds me of our investigation of the crimes of the Ripper of Whitechapel. Awful.
Yeah, you can watch me play that game, Sherlock Holmes versus Jack the Ripper. It was gross. Yeah. It was definitely a gross game. Ugh. Ugh. All right, painting part. Vase, probably gonna have to smash it. Maybe we'll have to see what's going on with the mirror. It doesn't look like it. This clock looks like it's a puzzle. We need to find some of these missing gears. There's a coat of arms piece. This is a marionette, so it needs a ruler. And then, let me guess, this is another hidden objects challenge. Haven't seen one of those in a while. So, bell. Okay, clicking at random doesn't help. Found none of the items. There's the bell. Does it always find the items in order from first to last? Is that how the hint button works? Cameo, a pawn, earth, elephant, fan, teacup, all sorts of things. So let's see, the hint found the teacup, which is the first item on the list I haven't found yet. Maybe it does always just find the items from first to last. There's the tray. There's the photograph. Yeah, I wonder what time... Like, we went back in time, yes, but I don't know what year this is right now. It would be nice to know when we time traveled to. And again, it would be nice if we weren't just stuck inside this particular room for time travel adventures. Like, if we could go out and have fun, that'd be cool too. Well, just think about it. Like, we could, like, write a letter to be found by the other Baskervilles. So, Roger died before Luisa, right? We leave a letter in Roger's time for Luisa, warning her about the death, warning her about everything, and then she wouldn't have to die. We could change history that way. Alright, so, lots of things here, it looks like. That was a James room door part. Okay, we can just throw that into place. What was... here? This is another second floor key. Oh, it's kind of not helpful when the hint says every single time you need to go back after every single piece. What a pain. And is this another hidden objects challenge? Oh boy. This also happens in video games where you have to visit a certain hidden objects challenge area multiple times. And no, getting back to how I described hidden objects challenges earlier, with the game keeping a list of like 50 potential items. So 15 show up the first time, a different set of 15 show up the second time. Generally they do that. They generally don't have you find the same hidden objects if you're revisiting this area. So all the objects we found the first time around in this spot, they're still gone. They're still gone. We already picked them up. The game is being consistent that way. And it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of items left now that we've been through this hidden objects twice. So like the pincers and the gun maybe, and then the little bag. Where's that gear though? The important item that we specifically came here to find. Where is it? It's, oh wow, okay, it's hidden behind that. Oh my, you found 3 hidden object screens in a row in less than 3 minutes each. Wow, we are great. And we are finished with this location. Yeah, it'd be nice if there was something on the map that said location complete, because that would be helpful. I think they just removed those places from the map, so I can't just warp to them. Let's go back in time to Luisa's time travel. It says 2 of the gears go here. Well, yeah, but we still need to find 2 more gears. Hint button. Hint button says candles. Oh, this is a different hidden objects challenge this time. Kind of like this. I can solve this one. Alright, how many more? Like, I found them all, and the game says, no, you didn't. Oh, there's one drawn. Well, you found, you got another achievement for being great with hidden objects challenges. Whew. Alright. Statuette has something inside. I'll just smash it. It's a gear. Hint says the black candles go here. So I'm putting candles there. Fine. And then the gears go here. I'm still missing something. So it's in the past. It's in the past. I missed something. It's the marionette. Oh, I just realized that's not supposed to be a doll on the floor. I think that's supposed to be actually Luisa. That's gross. Okay, we got the final gear. This gives us this puzzle. Let's see what this puzzle's like. Oh, man, I hate puzzles like this. The puzzle's like this. You want to move all the gears around into place so they all move together. There we go. Sometimes it's hard to figure out how far apart 2 gears should be. Like, where can I place this so it actually touches the other one? There we go. That looks solid. Looks like all these ones are probably touching already, except maybe that one might be wrong. There we go. Yeah. Oh, and see that one was death. So trying to get these figured out. All right. How was that wrong? Maybe that was the other piece there in the way. Like, this looks like it should be fine. No. But it's not. No. I guess having that large piece in the corner was still a good idea. Yeah, let's try moving some of these smaller pieces out of the way. There we go. Oh, that was wrong? That looks so good. That looks good. I swear, this looks like I've got it. It keeps looking like you've got it right there. And then it keeps saying no. So if I could get these two tiny pieces here, like, oh no. Like, oh! Ouch. Could I move them both up one? Just like up one. Move that guy like this. Now that doesn't seem to make much sense. I can't move that piece there. Alright, I think I'm gonna skip this puzzle. That just wasn't a fair puzzle. It's too picky. Okay, that gives me a handle, whatever that's going to be used for. Let's go back to Luisa's room in the present. Is there something here that needs a handle? Mirror, maybe? No. Drawer. Didn't even notice that. That gave me a coat of arms piece. Interesting. Okay. We're gonna finish with that without actually finishing her room, huh? Sure, we can do it backwards. Is she gonna give us a superpower too?
Another jewel for the medallion. It also has an engraving. Perception and intuition.
Well, Sherlock Holmes obviously needs that power. This guy's not very perceptive or smart.
Could it be that it will allow us to see details that we missed? Let's be attentive to our environment.
I'm being sarcastic because Sherlock Holmes is very perceptive. Like, he showed that off as soon as Sir Baskerville showed up. He's like, guess what? I'm using my extreme perceptive skills to know who you are, complete stranger. Yes, yes, yes. What's this? Dark corner. Okay, so perhaps the perception works in the dark corner? Is that how perception works? It's just see in the dark. That's a little different than being perceptive, but sure. The key to the kitchen. So here's the kitchen. Use the key to the kitchen on the kitchen.
This place will be very useful to us if we are to remain several days here.
Several days in this sinister place? Ugh, dear Holmes, I must confess, sometimes I have difficulties in understanding your humor.
I think I remember this kitchen. As I recall, I was in the habit of stealing pastries as a child. How surreal this all seems.
Yeah, it must be kind of weird to go back to your childhood home and it's just a complete mess. Yeah. Alright, let's just steal everything that's not nailed down. Black candle, fireplace. We could hang a cauldron here. Okay, we've got a cauldron. What else are we gonna do? We could cook or melt something. Oh, there's a rat. Yeah. This coal is wet, so it would be of no use to us. So we can't use it on the fireplace. Something here. There's something inside the pot. Let's smash it. You know you can just turn pots upside down to get things from inside them. Dark place. Let's use the perception. Gives us a cabinet lock part. Here's another dark spot. Alright, I've used supervision lots of times. Got an achievement for that. Hint says I need to grab the fire poker as well. So that should be everything in this room, except it's not. Let's see. James's store part. We still need one more. Something else inside this room that I can do? Is there another dark area? There is a dark area. It's the final James lock part. Nice. Okay, so this is the black candle, right? That's what it wants. Is there anything else in this room? The matches on the candles. And now we're gonna finish with her thing. Okay, what do I do with the candlestick now? Is that it? Am I done? I'm a little confused. Okay, so I just lit the matches. It looks like... It lit the candles. It looks like there's nothing for us to do there quite yet. Let's do the James room puzzle. This is a puzzle. What is this puzzle? Oh, okay. When you click on a piece, it changes all the pieces around it. Yeah. I've seen puzzles like this before. Let's see. Reset the puzzle. So center this. That's tricky. Center, bottom. Yeah, there we go. That's the easy solution. Center, bottom, middle, top, middle.
James Baskerville was a doctor and a renowned surgeon. He graduated from the prestigious Royal London Medical School. According to my uncle, he spent much time performing medical research on animals. No doubt that he wanted to exploit the weaknesses of the beast that threatened his life.
Supposing this beast does exist.
I begin to doubt that a man, however wild he might be, could be the source of these murders.
Yeah, these murders took place over the course of decades, so it is unlikely one person's responsible for all of them. But we're not learning a whole lot about the various circumstances surrounding these deaths. Like, one solution could be one person killed James, another person killed Luisa, and so on and so forth. But we're not learning enough about any of them to be able to say that. We don't have any suspects, shall I say. So this is a dark place holding a crystal eye. That's a skull. I guess I'm just going to smash it for another cabinet lock. Smash this one for a circular key. Hint is going to say that's a second floor key. Wolf's Head needs another thing. I'm not seeing anything else I can steal from this room. Let's solve the cabinet lock puzzle. So I think with this puzzle, it's back and forth. Okay, so it's going to be red. Let's see. Black, red. I messed it up somehow. Yeah, there are rules for this puzzle. So swap all the red tiles and the black tiles. Click a tile to move it. It only moves in one direction. So red, black. Then I have to go red, red, black. And if I do this, that moves black into place, but it doesn't. All the reds are now blocked. So let's try black and then red. Then I'm gonna do black, or maybe red. Yeah, maybe that's it. So did I say black, red, red, black, black? Now it's gonna have to be red, 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 black, red, black. Up. I had a good streak going, but then I lost it. So it was black, red, red. Now black, black, black. Red, 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 red. Then black, 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 black. Now it's going to be red, 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 red. You can kind of see what I'm doing, alternating between black and red. So black, 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 black. Red, 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 black, 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 red, red, black. That's how you solve that puzzle. Excellent. That opens the cabinet, giving me a small mirror as well as the final black candle. Anything else in this room, though? Anything else? Hint says just the crystal eye. At least I assume that's it. That's it for this room, right? Where am I? Where is this room? Notebook says there's something else in this room, so let's... I could wait for the hint to refill. Sure, I'll wait for the hint to refill right now. Oh, there we go. This is it. I could pull up that the carpet. A hidden door, which needs circular keys, and I've got one of them. Now I think I'm done with this room. Great. I'm done with the room. Back here, I probably don't have anything else. The next room is this one. It's a second floor key again. And then the next room is Luisa's. We've got the final candle. So I put the final candle into place. I use the matches on it. And one item's missing. What is that item? Oh, it's the other mirror. So this opens up that hidden corridor that she talked about.
This manor is full of surprises. Now it's possible to cross the mirror.
Luisa's secret shelter. How could it be?
Don't disturb yourself, my friends. Let's continue our investigation.
It really looks like we just looked closely at the mirror as opposed to we have traveled to another realm of existence. But this one's definitely a picture puzzle. Aha! So that's what the painting parts are. That's a strange sign over there. Oh, wow, I could not see that. But that looks like it's the final painting part. We'll put all the painting parts into place. This is the puzzle that's on the title screen of the game. That's so cute. So you rotate... Okay, click to rotate the pieces then. Oh, wow. That complete reset of the puzzle actually made it way easier to solve. That's actually kind of funny. Put most of the pieces into place. I'm betting it's just it randomly selects a position for every single piece, and I just got super lucky there. Now, if I programmed a puzzle like that, I would add a variable saying, like, you can't get the correct solution. At least one piece has to be out of place. Probably the easiest way to do that is just say, hey, the upper right piece, just pick a piece at random, say, that one's always out of place. So when you randomly pick, it's always going to be one of the 3 wrong spots instead of the singular correct spot. There we go. Puzzle solved. It's beautiful. Why is the game saying no? Is it one of these pieces? There we go. It was one of those pieces. That gave me some marionette things. Step back. We'll use that on the... Where was the marionette? Was it in the past? It was in the past. That gave me James's crystal eye. No, I want to finish with Luisa's room, though. I do want to finish it. Game says we're going to zoom in here. There's a scheme piece. Okay, so we're done with that. So now we're done with Luisa's room. We're going to go back to James's room. Put the wolf eyes into place. And...
Here we are, once again, some minutes after the attack.
Back to the past.
If Sir James was killed not long ago, why is there no trace of his body? And what if the animal that has taken his life is still here? It may be somewhere outside. Stay away from the window, Henry.
If an animal is responsible for such a mess, it certainly must be big enough to carry away a human body.
You think that these murders might not be the work of a man, Holmes?
Well, maybe a man trained the monstrous Hound.
No, a man could not do such damage. On the contrary, a man would be perfectly capable of raising an animal to fulfill this type of savageness for him.
Hey, that's just what I said, Holmes. Alright, so Holmes is saying, hey, the villain just made a monster dog. So we need to find organs for that anatomical model. I don't see any other pieces. Yeah, I don't see anything else I can interact with. Oh, here's one it says. It says I use the flask to smash that. There's a coat of arms piece. And then we have a hidden objects challenge. Alright. This certainly is messy. Magic lamp? We're gonna have a genie and a magic lamp now? I know we've had weird time travel here, but having Sherlock Holmes with a genie, that doesn't seem very safe. He's probably gonna make some weird wish that will destroy the entire world. Ari's probably just gonna overthink his wish. Bravo! I found 100 items so far over the course of the game. It's always cool when you get that award, but it's also... I've gotten it in other video games, but it's like, I don't know how many items there are in total, so this means nothing. Am I halfway through the game? Am I a third of the way through the game? I've only saved 2 out of the 6 Baskervilles, so, but I found 2 of the 5 items, 2 of the 5 magic powers in the medallion, so maybe I'm close, maybe I'm not. Yeah, I've got 3 more to find, 3 more magic abilities to unwind. I'm looking for a star. I don't see it anywhere. I'm just gonna use the hint. The hint sort of looks like a star too. Gave me the circular key. These are the circular keys for somewhere. Probably here, right? Yes, they're for opening up this, and this looks like a puzzle. What are the rules for this puzzle? Open the door, move the red piece to place on the right by sliding gold circles out of the path. So I move... Alright, so I can move pieces out of the way, sort of like that. Intriguing. Let's see. So this is left and right. This is up and down. So I have to move this right, and then this down. Like, that has to be it. But I can't move the other ones up. Yeah, there we go. So if I move this down, this left, it's gonna have to be something silly like that. Where I create a gap in the middle. I'm seeing what the first step is. I'm just confused as to what the second step could possibly be. I need to make... Huh. Yeah. So it's probably, if I move something like this... That, and that down, and that right, and this up. This, and then this down, and this right, and this up, and this left, and this... Oh, that's how we do it. Okay, cool. I guess we don't ever try to make it so there's a hole in the middle. We just kind of move it along the top, working step by step.
What a smell! It is untenable.
Your uncle was right, Henry. Sir James was interested in canine anatomy.
And his fear drove him to perform experiments that his own ethics should have condemned. Tragic.
He did cruel experiments on dogs. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, so we need to open up that cage somehow. We need to... Frankendog. That's what we're calling this thing? Frankendog? Alright, I'm gonna grab the surgery saw there. If I could go back to the main hall for a second. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 2 out of the 7 Baskervilles. Yeah, so maybe there is a little bit left for me to do. What am I missing on this screen, though? The saw goes on this door? Curious.
A nice place. It could be very pleasant to have tea here in another context.
Yeah, this would be nice, and this place has a hidden objects for me as well. Aww. So is that what I've got now at this point? Just hidden objects challenges. Yeah, let me finish this room. If I can. I think it's just the hidden objects challenge is the only thing left. Or not, we've got a bottled lung that I can destroy. And now hidden objects. Okay, I just tried fast forwarding through the hidden objects. Don't think it was much help, though. Yeah, sorry about that. Alright, so where are we? Oh, looks like we've still got something to do here. Is there an item I forgot to pick up? Is there something I could do to Frankendog? I don't want to poke it with a fire poker. That would be cruel. Hint says... I missed that coat of arms piece over there. Alright. Sort of the downside of having these coat of arms pieces everywhere. It's really easy to miss one. Let's see, did I miss one here? Anatomical model needs a lung. Think that's it for there. Now let's go over here. Our fountain needs those wolf heads. Great. Put the wolf heads there. We've got a molding part, a second floor key, a schematic piece, and a coat of arms piece. Okay, so those were easy enough to find. This is a bird cage. I need to separate the bars, probably with the saw. Really? Not the saw? Maybe the fire poker? Alright, what am I supposed to use? Oh, I use strength! Okay, fine, I guess that works too. That's the final wolf head. Let's put it into place. What does that do? Gives us some items. Seed, 2 seeds, and water. So these flower pots probably need the seeds. I'm probably going to use the jug on the water, get a jug of water, and then use that on the seeds. And they're probably going to grow. Maybe we'll get a superpower that makes them grow more quickly. Can't do anything with that statue. So now let's do a hidden objects challenge. Oh, I don't think I'll fast forward through this one. The fast forwarding looked really weird to me last time. Oh, well, there's a statue. Button. Frog, fishbone, syringe, skull, and padlock. Just saying the names of things I'm supposed to find doesn't really help me find them. What's that? A bird. Okay, that's a bird. Birds are easy to find, I suppose. Found plenty of them. There's a butterfly. Fishbone and a frog. Feels like the frog would be here, out in the open. Fishbone, glove, and skull. So fishbone and glove. Fishbone, alright. Fishbones, where are ya? Fishy bones. I see plenty of bones that are not fish bones. Okay, fish bones are on the ground. That gives me a syringe. Perhaps we can find some medicine in James's room, says Holmes. So let's go to... I mean, hint says there's still something here. So that is... I need to cut this dry twig. That will give me things for the fire in the fireplace. Okay, let's go to the kitchen. Put the fire there. I guess set it on fire. And what am I cooking? I've got nothing to cook, Holmes. It was really kind of weird for you to want to go here when you can't cook anything. Let's check James's room for medicine, Holmes has said. Holmes said, oh, we're going to go to the past. And, oh no, this hidden objects challenge again. Okay, it's just bottles this time. Alright, that makes it way easier. That's good, that's good. Does a perfume bottle not count as a bottle? Hey, I got the 10 items in 10 seconds achievement. Look at me. I didn't think I would do that. Ever. Seriously. That would require the thing where you stop, you take a picture of the screen, then you close the game, you find every item at your own leisure, and then you follow that guide in order to get all the items in 10 seconds, which is really what I probably should be doing. That would make those hidden objects screens go faster. Now we get the achievement. Don't know why it took so long for the achievement to show up. Now let's go back to the dog. This is what we're going to do with Frankendog. Shoot it full of stuff. And did the dog die, or... Yeah, let's not ask too many questions. That dog left behind a heart, and we needed the heart for this model. That gives us the padlock key. Okay, we're done with here. Hint says nothing here for now. Maybe another hidden objects challenge. Who knows? Padlock's going to go over here to give us the final coat of arms piece. Nice! This location is complete. So let's go up here. This is complete now. Okay, so we're done with James completely. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, what is he gonna give us? What ability will he give us? They can't all give us abilities because we only have 3 more.
This jewel carries an inscription, temporal acceleration. Tell us about this medallion, Henry. Try to remember the smallest details, even the most trivial.
My uncle wrote that he discovered it in Edward's room, but I don't know any more as he wanted to tell me the rest in person.
Edward, the brother of Hugo.
Yes, Doctor, but unlike what was written in the press, Hugo was not a victim of the curse. His body was found outside the manor near the abandoned mines. It was not mutilated or savaged. As for Oliver, the younger of the 3 brothers, he disappeared. No one knew what could have happened to him. Edward was the first proven victim of the Hound.
Ah, so this is probably the major clue for the mystery. Like this, there was a mysterious death and murder happening right before the curse showed up.
Therefore, Edward did not know of the existence of the beast before being murdered. This contradicts the idea that this medallion, although it was discovered in his room, could have belonged to him.
Unless the medallion has a purpose other than killing the beast. But right now we can only speculate. We lack concrete evidence. Let's continue our investigation.
Anyway, time speed, time fast forwarding. So we can accelerate time. You want to try it now? We'll use it on these flower pots, I bet.
I know some botanists who would pay a fortune for this medallion.
Definitely.
And some wine growers.
Them too. Alright, that gave me 2 things, a molding part and the key to Lily's room. Well, that's nice. So let's go back here. James and Lily right here. Next door. Right next door to each other.
Lily was my aunt, Charles' sister. She was an entomologist.
Without this curse, and with so many different vocations, the Baskerville family could have greatly contributed to the sciences. What a loss for Great Britain.
Holmes?
Watson, don't just stand at the door. Enter the room. We have a great deal of work to do.
But there's a lot of bugs in here. I don't like bugs.
Are you sure there are no...
Haha. Oh no, my friend. There are no spiders in this place. Just a few domesticated moths. Come, do not be a child.
Poor Watson. Scared of bugs. This room is really starting to bug him. Destroyed molding. Okay, we need to find 3 pieces, and I've already got 2 of them. Okay. That's nice. There's something inside the lamp. I'm afraid I'll have to break it. It's a crystal eye. Alright, that's the next time-traveling crystal eye, I suppose. This is the butterfly connection. connection. Collection, sorry. Empty terrarium. Alright. Here's another coat of arms piece. This another vase that I need to destroy. This wooden chest. Okay, can I smash it? I should be able to smash it open. Anyway, I guess I'll just use a hint to tell me what to do next. This is a Tetravex. For the door to the garden. We need to find all of the pieces. Okay. There's another Tetravex. Okay, I'll put it in place. Are there more Tetravexes hidden anywhere in this room? No. Hint says crystal eye goes there. I know that, but I don't have anything I can use right now. So, back in the garden, it's a new hidden objects challenge. All right. So I exhausted everything in Lily's room, and they're like, okay, now hidden objects challenge for a new item. Obviously, people who are not fans of hidden objects challenges would prefer it if they just had the one item lying somewhere in the room, right? Because now I have to spend a minute or two trying to find all the items. It's a molding part. Here. Like, you can't tell me they couldn't have put the molding part inside one of these cages or something. Anyway, we're done with that location, so I guess we don't have to worry about it anymore. That's good, that's good. So the final molding part goes here. Oh, dear. This does not look like... Oh my gosh. Alright, so this is a puzzle where we need to put all the pieces into place to form a picture. And... looks like there's no real good, easy way to tell which piece goes where. So I think I'm going to need a better piece in the bottom right. That's not a bottom right piece. There we go. That's a middle piece. Definitely a new bottom right piece. And then maybe that piece there. Nope, that piece doesn't look good. No. There we go. And now the new bottom right piece. Nope, that was an upper left piece. Oh. This is just a pain. There we go. That one goes there. That one goes there. Now I just need to find the two butt pieces. There's one. Piece... Not that. Okay, it's not that. Just need a piece that goes here. Where is that final piece? A little sticking out in the bottom right-hand corner. This? That's the solution. So you'll notice there's an empty spot in the bottom right and empty spots in those two pieces in the bottom left. So that is a little bit unfair. That, you know, you're looking for pieces that fit and, well, they don't exactly fit perfectly. Feels like cheating, almost. Okay, Wolf's Head. Wolf Eye goes over here. Let's go to the past.
What's wrong? Did you see the beast?
If I had to choose between the Hound and the monstrous tarantula that has taken up residence here, believe me, I'd hesitate a few minutes before deciding.
Sir Henry, I beg you to excuse the remarks of Dr. Watson. His phobia for spiders makes him absolutely illogical.
It's understandable. Let's try to find out what happened to Lily Baskerville.
Well, we can just go through her room and steal all her stuff, I suppose. Clearly somebody fixed up her room after it was destroyed. Okay, so the chrysalis is about to hatch. Let's use our speed to make it hatch. That gives us a butterfly. We need some way to catch it. Do we have a butterfly net? I thought we did, but not anymore, it looks like. Looks like we need some flowers for this. That's another piece. This is a dark place. Let's look at it. It's the second flower. Okay, let's just put both flowers in the flower pot. Now we have a bouquet, and that should give us another butterfly, but we still need that butterfly net. There's a schematic piece. Those are termites. So we're going to grab the termites and use them on the wooden chest in the present. I see, I see. So I need to use strength on the termites? Really? Okay. That's unexpected. I use strength. That gives me a hidden objects challenge. I believe this is the first time that using strength gives you a hidden objects challenge. And here I was about to like Lily because she didn't have any hidden objects challenges for us to do. Dragonfly, ladybug, ruler. There's a ruler. There's a ladybug. Telescope and thermometer. Frogs and a spectacle case. There's a caterpillar, I guess? Telescope, scissors. Scissors, at least. Frog, spectacle case, and telescope. Telescope. Oh, there's the frog. Finally, I just need that spectacles case, which is just gonna be this. So I don't think I've mentioned this yet. We've got a hint button here in the lower right. It looks like there's a separate hint button for normal screens, and then the hint button for hidden objects challenges. So I got the termites, I use them on the wooden chest. We're gonna speed up the process. Gives us the butterfly net, so I can grab that butterfly, go back in the past, and capture the other 2 butterflies. Now I have 3 butterflies. I go to the present and use the butterflies over here for what I assume is a puzzle. What are the rules of this puzzle? And that text at the bottom of the screen is very, very hard to see. Okay, so we need to make pairs. I think the text at the bottom of the screen is just names of butterflies. Like zebra swallowtail, Eurytides marsalius, dark kite swallowtail. Yeah, it's gotta be that. No, not that. Those don't match. The ones with the pointy wings, pointy bottom wings, have to match, right? And here's another one with pointy bottom wings. Ones with huge antennae, those need to match somehow. Those ones didn't match, huh? This does seem difficult. What is going on? How do none of those match? There we go. That's a match. Something's got to match with that one, right? Alright, I'll just try every single match until I get this one correct. That's it. Now I'll try every single match until I get this one correct. Nope, it doesn't match with any of them, which means these 4 must match with each other, and that's the odd one out. Whoa, now we've got a bunch of butterflies. We've got a butterfly special effect, everyone. Guarding the coat of arms piece. Thank you, butterflies. And now I can put a Tetravex on the door. Alright, what do? Back into the past here. Something I missed, apparently. Second floor key. Okay, this is what the butterfly net is also used for. That gives us the final second floor key. Now we can visit the second floor. This is a puzzle too. To open the door, move all the lock pieces to the bottom. Okay. Looks like some of them are opposite each other for whatever reason. see. Can I do this the hard way, which is just always left to right? Yeah, I'm not sure doing it the always left to right technique works. That was so easy. What? Oh my gosh. Okay, found the correct solution through the easiest
On
way
this
possible.
floor, we will find the rooms of Edward and Elizabeth. At the end of the corridor, we should find the astronomical observatory of my uncle. As for the room at the right, I think that is the room that was prepared for me. Unfortunately, my uncle didn't send me the keys.
Locked doors are not an obstacle, Sir Henry. A loss of time, at the very most.
Yeah, I have superpowers. I can just break it down with my bare fists. Holmes should keep this, like, superpower, right? Like, this would help him so much in the course of, like, apprehending criminals and stuff. So we need locks for this door. We need pieces for that door. That is a picture. He's got a key, but we can't take it. I bet we're going to use superpower to grab that key from the portrait. Edward's door. We've got 2 images here. Those are clearly numbers. There's a Tetravex. Elizabeth's door. So how does this affect the map? It doesn't look like it affects the map too much. We got like 1, 2, 3. We've got those like 4 rooms next to this. And obviously we're going to be going outside towards the end of the game. So that will be the sign that we're close to the end of the game, is we're heading outside. We must continue our investigation somewhere else. Back over here, we can put the Tetravex into place. And the wax... I got a wax mold? When? Why? Where? And now the game is saying we return here. We melt the wax
Henry,
mold.
A piece of heraldry. Someone has taken great pains to conceal it inside this wax mold.
Indeed, Holmes. Now I understand your hesitation in reviving the fire.
If the logic seen so far is repeated, we should expect this shield to release a new power of the medallion.
Alright, do I use the poker to grab the item? The wax is too hot. I guess we could speed up the time to get rid of it. No, it is the poker! Okay, why did the poker not work then? Sheesh. Silly game. So the location is complete. Let's give this to Lily and get ourselves a new power. Probably the power to take things out of portraits so we can get that key.
What new ability will this jewel bring to the family medallion? Let's see. It says, nothing created, everything transformed.
A quotation of Antoine Lavoisier, the famous French chemist.
Exactly. This principle was widely used by the alchemists in the last century.
This new power must be related to the transformation of material. Is it possible that this is the great work? The Philosopher's Stone?
Let's search for a place where we can use it without delay.
So this is materialization, whatever that means. Gives you the power to materialize a figurative representation. It's turning the key to life.
Well, here's an answer to our question. The 4th jewel of the locket allows us figurative transformation.
Henry, your ancestors were full of resources.
I don't think they were the source of this medallion. My uncle would have known. In addition, we didn't find any research notes on this subject. In my opinion, they only looked for the missing parts. They thought that once they had completed the medallion, it would rid them of the beast. None succeeded.
Well, nobody's completed as much of the medallion as I have.
Where does the medallion come from, then?
We shall end up discovering, I'm sure.
So seriously, we could take advantage of this to make anything we want. Just paint anything we want, and then it comes to life. We could even bring King Henry back to life. That would be probably a terrible decision. Yes, but we could do it.
Henry, you told us that your uncle had prepared this room for you. He hoped for your visit?
I had indeed planned to come see him, but we had not fixed the date. My business in Canada leaves me little free time.
Do you know who lived in this room before Sir Charles prepared it?
I believe that this room was occupied for quite some time. Nobody lived here.
You meant to say unoccupied for quite some time. Yeah, that was a mess up. Oh well. We've got a coat of arms piece. Strange sign. A cube. This mask is out of reach. Hint says there's a hidden objects challenge. Of course there is. We need to put out that fire. This mask is also out of reach. Are we going to get a power that allows us to manipulate masks? Maybe. We're looking for chess pieces now. What's gonna happen to chess piece face? There go I, but for my face. All I know could be replaced by the facts and the life of chess piece face. I don't see the final 2 items. They're probably in the portraits, maybe? Have we explained what Sir Henry's business in Canada is? He just hangs out in Canada all the time for some reason. It's probably for the best for him that he doesn't hang out here in England, because there are a bunch of murderers trying to kill his entire family. At least it seems so. Move all the chess pieces to the marked places. Use arrows to move the row or column. So it'd be something like I move this down, and then this up, this right, and this down. Ah, this time I now have 2 that I need to move. And can I move... Oh, I can move those out of the way. Sounds like a terrible decision. It's like this left. This left, this up, and this right. But that's a problem because then that one's not really doing anything. So that one down, that one down. That's probably it. This one right. So then we can move this left, that one up. Oh, but see, now that one's out of the way. Okay, so this one right, this one up, this one left. Okay, and then this time we've got to do the same thing, but sort of in reverse. It's like this right, this down, this back left, and I'm going to move it up and this right. And hey, that's in place now. So I can move these 2 left, this down, move them right, move this up, and then move them left again. Decent enough puzzle, I suppose. Gives us a code for the floor for this one. I wonder if that's one of the puzzles that's different on... I was going to say junior mode and senior mode, but that's not it. It's easy mode and hard mode. Those are the 2 gameplay modes. Some of them are... I've noticed most of these puzzles are the exact same on both gameplay modes.
The room of Edward, the famous navigator of the family, and the first victim of the curse.
You told us that he was Hugo's brother. Was he living at the manor during the delinquency of his diabolic brother?
No, Edward was a teenager when he left for the Royal Navy. The training of a sailor begins very early.
Speaking of Hugo, what do you know about him?
Just what I was told. He was a base and diabolical being. He terrorized the family. He did not care for Oliver, his younger brother. I shouldn't be surprised if Hugo were responsible for Oliver's disappearance. In spite of his detestable character, Hugo found a delightful woman. Hugo was madly in love with her, but she couldn't return his love. Their union did not last. Growing jealousy and schizophrenia drove Hugo out of his mind. He killed his wife in so vile a manner. This dreadful murder is said to be the origin of the curse. I don't know any more about it.
Do you think that his wife was some kind of witch? Could she have cursed your family before dying?
No, Hugo was the only Baskerville said to practice the dark arts, nobody else.
Interesting. It is possible that the locket belonged to Hugo. For now, let us search this place. Perhaps we shall find clues to help us in our inquiry.
Yeah, we're getting more story. We're getting more story. And I feel like I'm not able to remember the story. I'm like, oh, who's Hugo? I don't know. I'll have to make a separate video for this game, which is just the story pieces. Yeah, I think I can do that. Let's see, this is a dark place. And there's something... Okay, this treasure chest needs the cubes. I have the cubes. Okay, so I'll just throw them into place. This is another puzzle. What is this? So I move them 1, 2, 3 spots, and then 1, 2 spots. So this could be 1 spot, and this could be 1, 2. Alright, this is going to be tougher, isn't it? So if I go 1, 2... 1 there, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Lots of puzzles. All right. Now we have both the crystal eyes here. Let's go into the past.
Again, fresh traces of a prodigious, violent struggle.
The poor man should have stayed at sea. He was safer there.
Yeah, every room... The room's been completely destroyed. Alright. Dark place, let's look at that. Coat of arms piece. What else is inside this room? Usually finding like these small pieces is a pain. Okay, we've got a wood piece, and that's clearly an untangle the knots puzzle. I've seen that in a bunch of other video games. Hint says wood piece goes here. Yeah, I knew that. Okay, I was just checking to see if there's something I missed. That's all. No, so it looks like I can go back to, like, these 3 rooms. Let's go back to them then and find out what we've missed. A lens. Oh, I've got Elizabeth's room key. Maybe I should just check out Elizabeth's room then.
What can you tell us about Elizabeth, Henry?
She was my cousin, the daughter of Charles, and a great painter. There is nothing worse than to survive your own children, and that's what happened to my poor uncle. Elizabeth was attacked by the beast 15 years before her father.
It is tragic.
It was from this time that Charles began to write to me. He was so sad. I think he felt guilty for failing to protect his daughter.
And that gives us the final wooden piece. Composition. Should I bring that to life? Because it feels like I should bring all the paintings to life. Okay, that painting has been damaged. We need to find a way to gather the water. Alright, alright. I was correct. We need to bring that painting to life. So we need to find a bucket or a jar or something like that. And then this is a hidden objects challenge. Not feeling the hidden objects challenge love right now. Let's find some of them and then leave. I found 200 items. Hooray! Now let's back away and then just start using these hints here. Hint says, I missed that coat of arms piece. Did I?
If the logic that we've seen so far continues, we should soon find another jewel of the medallion.
Yes, Dr. Watson, but this locket worries me more and more. I'm not persuaded that it's good for us.
What do you mean, Holmes?
Obviously, this item didn't belong to any of the victims of the curse, which means that it is possible that it could have been Hugo's. And I don't like that hypothesis.
However, this medallion is an essential element of our progress. It guided us here.
Guided or manipulated? I really can't decide.
I don't know. Were we manipulated or guided? So this is definitely something we need to find all the parts for. So, yeah, trying to find which room to go to. Let's do this one. What do we miss in this room? There's a pentagram part. It could be one of those things where I can't find the pentagram parts until I see the pentagram for the first time. That happens sometimes. Let's go to the past. We'll use the triangle piece here for the triangle puzzle, where we just move all these items around, trying to make sure none of these ropes overlap with each other. There we go. Easy enough. Oh, gosh. That gives me a hidden objects challenge. Ugh. You... Yeah, Whew. I'm doing terribly on this one. Okay, fishes, octopus. Oh, and a pentagram part. So that's clearly the item we're supposed to find here from this hidden objects challenge. Found one item. Yeah, I guess I'll just use a hint for the next one and then back away. That's a razor. Alright, so the hint says something in this room. It's probably that pentagram part. That was it. Something inside this room. Oh, what is it? It's the door key part. Okay. I guess there isn't a whole lot of exploring we should be doing. It's just these two hidden objects challenges, yes? Okay. Let's see, there's a ribbon. There's a hidden phone. I need glasses and a tree. There's some broken glasses, and there's the tree. Gives me a sponge. I guess I use that to suck up the water. And there's still something I can do in this room. We've got this unfinished painting that needs colors. That's probably what the brush is for. Yeah, and I'm probably gonna need to find things to paint. There's still something in this room, though. Hint says I use the sponge on this painting. What on earth is this puzzle? Clear the dirt from the painting. After cleaning, find 7 differences. So I guess I just use the sponge on this painting? Yeah, that's it. Just use your sponge everywhere until it's clean. This is a pain. Probably be easier if you're doing this game on a touch screen. Come on, gotta get all those splotches off. Boring moments we have to go through before we even get to the puzzle. So the puzzle is to find the differences. There's a cap. There's an eyeball, there's a spider, there's a 4th flower. That's about it. Maybe there's something on the handle as well. That little light there, and then one final thing. It's probably one of these petals. No. Something on this vase. I see nothing. Alright. It's not the skull. What kind of skull is it anyway? Dog skull, perhaps? That would fit with the game. Like the hole in the wall, maybe? The paint splatter there. On the wall. Really great work, my friend. You found one of the crystal eyes. And now, please tell me I'm done with this room. I am not! There's still something in this room. Part of the pentagram is here, so pentagram drawing. So I imagine we'll have to fix the pentagram and the drawing as well. The lens can't go anywhere. I'm really not sure what I'm missing in this room. Hint says it's... I use materialization? Oh, okay. I thought that was a drawing. We had to get the 5 missing pieces of paper to finish it. But no, we just need to bring that pentagram piece to life. So now we can put it here on the pentagram. We just need the 3rd piece and we'll be all done. You know, Holmes could probably cheat. He could just grab a piece of paper, draw a quick sketch. I thought the limit was it had to be a painting. But it looks like you could just, any random piece of paper, just draw a quick sketch of something and then it comes to life. Very useful. Especially in a game like this, where you have a bunch of puzzles where you need like one specific item. Like, it would be super useful just make that item appear. So what am I getting? I'm getting the final pentagram part from here. Yeah, it would be way easier just to draw a pentagram part and then have it done. Finding hidden objects is a pain. Life preserver, fly, and scissors. There's a fly. Definitely a lot of items that are getting reused, because we've seen a fly in multiple hidden objects challenges. We've seen scissors and, well, maybe not life preservers, but tongs, I feel like, has been a thing we've seen before. Not sure about the fishes. These fishes, that looks new. Probably saves them a bunch of money to like have the same item appear in 5 hidden objects screens. Artist doesn't have to draw as many items if you reuse them all the time. Done. Okay, we found a pentagram part. That room is done. We're going to warp over here, put the pentagram part into place.
Obviously, someone went through a great deal of effort to hide this plan.
What can this schematic possibly represent? It is incomplete.
Dear Watson, I think that it depicts the method to invoke the beast.
Amazing. A Baskerville discovered the means to call this monster. Since we have the completed medallion, we have nothing left to do but to reconstruct this plan, invoke the animal, and kill it to put an end to the curse.
Nothing could be easier, indeed.
Yeah, that is a very complicated plan, Mr. Baskerville. So we're gonna have to put all the schematic parts into place. Looks like we have most of them. We just need 2 more. Clearly it involves that medallion. Underneath it is a Tetravex. I forgot we were looking for them. And we've got a hidden objects challenge. I haven't seen one of those in a while. A whip, which we've had to get before. Candle and an eyeball and a moth. The moth feels like a variation of the fly. Probably helps too. Like we've had a letter or an envelope appear in multiple hidden objects challenges. You just need to change the color of those, and yeah, that's another way of kind of getting away with having the same item reappear in multiple hidden objects challenges. It's like, oh, this is a totally different envelope. I changed the color, man. So we need a bird and a scroll, glasses and a stair board. Glasses, bird, stair board, and scroll. There's a scroll. Just use a hint. There's the bird. Still have no idea what a stair board is. Couldn't tell you. Alright, so let's back away. Oh, there's something to do back here. It's the Tetravex, isn't it? That was a waste of a warp. Let's go back over here. Let's save Edward Baskerville. What's his superpower?
Catch without approaching.
You don't think it means telekinesis?
Why not? It would not be the strangest thing that we've seen in this manner.
I fear the next step of our inquiry. Now that the locket is whole, we are going to have to find the beast, aren't we?
I'm afraid so, my friend.
So, telekinesis. Great. I can make things move with my mind. We'll try that out in the room with the masks, right? We needed to grab these masks, which were out of... Oh boy, now we can go back to Elizabeth's room.
All this blood.
Look at this picture. The traces of blood are fresh.
Which picture? There are multiple pictures with blood on them. Anyway, we've got a scheme piece, a palette, looks like. Coat of arms piece. I bet the palette is for the painting in the modern day. This is a dark corner, so we'll use perception to find another coat of arms piece. My hint says I need to finish the painting, so what do? Bring it to life? I do, and that gives me another coat of arms piece. Alright. Watson, have a look. The paint is still fresh. Do I use materialization on it? That gives me the Hound's blood. We have to find a way to take the blood with us. That's gross. Why are you doing that? That's super gross. And we have this hidden objects challenge. Paint tubes. I feel like we should have been able to do this hidden objects challenge earlier. Like, we've known we've needed paint tubes for a while. Let me back away, use that hint on the other hidden objects challenge. That is a stairboard. And we got a stairboard. I guess it's just stairs. Alright. Use the telekinesis there for another coat of arms piece. Feels like we're speeding up. Speeding up. Schematic piece over there. That was a waste of a hint. And... there is still something else we can do inside this room. Alright. Let's see. Is there another piece that's, like, high and out of place? Tetravex. I don't think any of my powers would help with that, but I'll use a hint. Hint says telekinesis. That's it. Okay, instead of putting out the fire, we're just making it move. Sure, why not? Why not? Makes as much sense as anything else. Okay, paint tube. I really thought we were just gonna put water on it to dump. We did that earlier to get inside the hunting room, right? We just dumped a thing of water to put out the coals. No, we dumped water to put out the fire, and then we picked up a coal from the ashes. So now we have all the tubes of paint. Let's look at this painting. I'm sure we needed the paints. Oh, the palette first. Holmes, for whatever reason, realized, oh, we have to get the palette before we can get the paints. We can't just leave the paints in the tube. That would be silly, Watson. That'd be most silly. This is one of those puzzles where we have to put all the colors into place. But no two things of the same color can touch each other. Alright, let's see if we can do that. This is green. This will have to be yellow. This will have to be blue. Sometimes with a puzzle like this, the trick is to figure out what place to start from. It's like this will have to be red, and then this will have to be green. And then this will have to be yellow. And then this will have to be blue or green. Let's... Blue, blue. Red, red. That's fine. This has to be yellow because it's touching the other three. And then let's just hope we get lucky with these other colors. This is gonna have to rotate green, blue, like this green. Maybe this blue, and this red. Green, green, yellow. There are multiple solutions to the puzzle, I'm sure. It's like give me the last coat of arms piece. What is this gonna do?
What shall we discover now that the locket is reconstructed?
It would be logical that we are being guided towards the means to invoke the demonic dog.
Holmes, you should take note that you used the words logic and demonic dog in the same sentence.
Yes. Yes, you did.
I'm afraid I did.
Alright, so let's see what happens when we save poor Elizabeth. I am wondering, like, who summoned the
A piece of
demonic
door
dog?
key. Soon we will be able to reconstruct it completely.
Bet it has something to do with that Hugo guy that they wouldn't stop talking about. It's gotta be Hugo, right? He has to have something to do with this dog and the curse. What is this puzzle? So this is a puzzle where you click on a piece and then all the pieces near it rotate. Ooh, how does that work? Okay, so to get the bottom left, I have to go like that. Bottom left there, and then upper right has to go like that. Because if I clicked on these two pieces, that would set one of them off. So then this piece here... No, that doesn't work. So it's got to be something like this. That just ruins these other ones, though. Yeah, not sure how you could do this. Like, that desyncs these two. I'm sure there's a solution to this puzzle. I just don't know how I'll be able to do that. Because, like, those... Yeah, so if I click here, that gets these into place, but then this bottom left one is not into place. And so I have to do something like move the bottom left by itself, move the upper left by itself, and there we go. That's the entire left-hand side done. But then how do I get these into place? Like, that's not it, because this one doesn't match it. So that into place, and then these two into place, like so. And then this is gonna be a star, right? Yeah, Well, at least I got the final, the two on the left correct somehow. Get this into place, then these two into place. Good, now I'm just moving this. Get that bottom one into place. Then get these two upper ones into place. But now that one's out of place. So I'm gonna skip the puzzle. Just out of nowhere, super tough puzzle.
So here's my uncle's sanctuary. He often wrote me about this place in his letters. He liked to spend time here reading astronomy books or enjoying Indian tea. How I regret not coming back earlier to meet him, while he was still alive.
Henry, you're not responsible for the tragic fate of your uncle, so remove any notion of guilt from your mind.
Do you think that Sir Charles was behind the plan we have discovered?
No, but I think he ascertained clues to it while preparing Henry's room. Perhaps he discovered the incomplete plan, in which case we should find it.
Very nice of Holmes to, like, try to help Henry's feelings. He's like, I don't want you to feel bad. This isn't your fault, buddy. We're friends, you know? So we've got a wolf's head, we've got a cabinet, we've got another coat of arms piece. Yeah, strange. I thought Holmes was usually just a mean person who never has friends. But he's really nice to Henry here. Okay, so we found a crystal eye by punching that planet. Sure. And then the game wants us to go back here for a Tetravex. Can't wait to see what's on the other side of the Tetravex door. Back to this room. Our new room. This looks like it's the only room we can do anything. We need a picture of the sun. We're going to materialize it. That's giving us a sun, which is not a planet, but it counts as a planet for that solar system model. That's weird. The stair boards go up here.
Charles' observatory. Building it cost him a fair part of his fortune.
Interesting. Alright, there's another planet. We've got a padlock key. Not sure where that goes yet. We need to fix this. Let's put the lens into place. Maybe the lens goes there? Perhaps the study of astronomical signs related to the beast. We've got a dark place here that gives us the other crystal eye. Great. We'll put the two crystal eyes into place. Back to the past.
Here we are, a few weeks ago. Fascinating.
What a shock it must have been for the domestics. I dare say they undertook huge efforts to erase any traces of this horrible murder. Can you smell that? It's the grey tea that he was so fond of.
Let us not let our emotions overwhelm us, my friends. We must continue with our investigations.
Now, see, that's more like Sherlock Holmes. Is like, ugh, you guys, being too emotional, ugh. We need to be logical. Yes, emotions are boring. So this is a hidden objects challenge. Alright. Angel, bell, present, eye, feather, and a mask. I don't see any of these things. Telephone. That's a bell. Present moon. That handprint we've seen a lot. Yep. There's a trident. Scorpion, moon, an eye. There's a key. Nope, there's a scorpion. That's a mask. Present, eye, moon, and lacing. Lacing, there we go. Present, eye, and moon. Present! Yay, it's my birthday! There's the eyeball. These giant things look like moons, but I guess they're not the moon. Is this it? No, it's not that drawing. What? Clicking on a specific part of the moon counts as the moon? That seems unfair. I do not like that at all. Okay, ocular must go here. Can I work the device yet? It is still missing a focus attachment. So let's put Saturn into place. This is a dark place. We'll take a look at it. It's giving me another Tetravex. Cabinet. The cabinet's locked, but we've got a key. This is a hidden objects challenge. Oh boy. Ink blot, paper dog, magnifying glass. Yeah, it's more obvious they're repeating items in a video like this where I'm just doing a bunch of hidden objects challenges in a row. Perhaps it's less obvious if you play this game like 20 minutes at a time. I wonder how many times they intended people to play the game. Like, did they expect people to beat the entire game in under... I guess it's going to be about 2 hours, yeah. Or did they expect people to beat the game in like 5 different sittings? It's definitely not as long as that... You know, some of the other games they've made. Sherlock Holmes and versus Jack the Ripper versus Arsène Lupin. I think that's also called, like, Sherlock Holmes Nemesis. Yeah, yeah. It's the other name for that game. Okay, we got the telescope viewfinder. Great. What do you mean that's not the right item? I might have to use a hint here. Hint says it goes here. And then I still need a focuser. Okay. Fine. Looks like we're going to go back to the past for multiple things? Okay, what's something I've missed in this past? It's the jar that I used to collect the blood. That's certainly creepy, Holmes. Why are you collecting a bunch of blood? Ooh, is this a coat of arms piece? Yeah, there's one. There's another. Did I just miss these earlier, or did they not appear until just now? Here's a telescope scheme. I will bring it to life, right? Good. Now I'm done with the past. We're gonna finally fix this telescope, right? And now we need... Do we have a way to make the view more accurate? No idea. Materialization? It says we need 2 actions, but I'm not sure what they are. Perception. Perception and... Materialization. That gave me a dog shape. Okay. What's the dog shape for? I'm like, what? Alright. Tetravex piece here, getting closer and closer to finishing that Tetravex. Does it go on the solar system, maybe? Okay, hint. Hint says the dog goes on this thing here. That gives me the final Tetravex. Now we can finally open the entomology door. But this is a puzzle. We need to move the pieces around so they match each other. Can I rotate them? No, I can't, which makes this puzzle maybe a little easier. Like, let's try to figure out which piece goes there at the bottom. Not that. Those two go together pretty well, though. Like those 2 pieces, maybe? Trying to get those 2 pieces somewhere. Maybe, like, as somebody who's not a bug doctor, I can't tell. Maybe those go together well? Yeah, those look good. There we go.
I hope you don't take offense, Sir Henry, but I find Baskerville Manor oppressive. I must say, I am quite happy to get some fresh air. This garden appears just in time.
No offense taken, Doctor. I feel exactly the same. Imagine coming here with a dream to transform this manor into a cozy living place. I could never have imagined finding such atrocious scenes.
These gates lead to the swamp, don't they?
Yes, the swamp where everything first started. Okay, we find a bunch of items. And let's see, a sundial clock. This needs 3 stones. We found 1 of them. Probably have to put them into place to open this gate to the swamp. And of course we have a hidden objects challenge, because why not? Let's just throw a hidden objects challenge at the players here. It feels like we're getting close to the end of the game, so that's good. That's good. Now I'm worried. My memory is warning me that we're gonna have one of those situations like we go outside and there's a hidden objects challenge, then we have to leave and immediately return for a new hidden objects challenge. Because the game does like us to do certain hidden objects scenes twice in a row. Now, so far, they have tried to spread out the different iterations of a hidden objects challenge, but now that we're at the end of the game, it's like there's not a whole lot of time to space things out. So I need to find a hedgehog and a key. There's a hedgehog. Is it the same key we've been finding all along? There it is. So that gave me a stone. Yep. So now I have a torch and a jar with blood, which is just creepy as can be. And I can't do anything anywhere else but here. So I'm using the torch, setting that on fire. Now, what am I going to use that fire for? It says there's nothing anywhere else. Dry branches. Okay, we'll use these dry branches here. We'll set them on fire. Use the medallion to make the burning faster. You're so impatient, Watson. That gives us the stone. Okay, we're going to put the stone here. This is probably a puzzle. Ready? Click them in the correct order. Alright, let's try a harder one. See if I can manage a harder one. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm guessing we're getting a harder one again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got it. One last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That wasn't so hard.
We should be careful. Watch your steps and don't move too far from the wall of the manor.
What, in your opinion, will we find in these treacherous swamps, Holmes?
If a ritual that invokes the beast does exist, I doubt it was performed in the manor. Otherwise, we would have seen the site. I'm ready to bet a packet of good tobacco that it must have been performed somewhere in these marshes.
Well, yeah, obviously these dark, spooky, creepy marshes are...
I'll be damned if this circle of standing stones is not the very location of the ritual.
Finishing my sentence. Yeah, these dark, spooky marshes are definitely where that evil, monstrous ritual took place.
Be careful what you wish for, Doctor.
We're getting closer, my friends.
I don't know, this mine entrance looks like that's going to be a new location. Okay, let's use a perception here for the Dark Hollow. That gives us a metal plaque. This is a hidden objects challenge. Alright, I guess I was correct in thinking there's a hidden objects challenge immediately outside. Oh, I clicked on a hint, but I didn't see it. There we go. That's where the item was. Horseshoe, seashell, and snake. Coin purse, and seashell again. Vase, that's a mine cart. Let's back away. Hints, let's see what hint says. Hint says, it's just hidden objects challenge. There's nothing really we can do. Like, this trunk sounds hollow. Can I punch it? Yes, I can. This is a buried chest. Can we dig it up? We should be able to dig it up, but with what? We need the instructions of the ritual before we can perform the ritual. Yeah, that makes sense. Seashell over here. Coin purse and vase. Oh. I guess I'll just use the hint to find that coin purse. Is it this? Nope, that's just a rock. That gives us a shovel. Okay, we're gonna dig this buried chest. We definitely need all three of the metal plaques to open it. Hint says we go back and solve the hidden objects challenge. Okay, yeah, see... Hidden objects challenges galore. Doll, butterfly net. We had to find a butterfly net earlier to get those butterflies. So I kind of wish they had said that the Tetravix things would just open the door to outside. Would have been cool if we'd known we were making a door to outside the whole time. And this location's done. Good. We get a metal plaque, where we put it into place to open the chest. That gives us a map of the mine. Now we can go inside. What on earth is this? Guide Sherlock to the exit of the mine, located on the right side of the maze. Huh. So we'd have to go like this? Oh, that's weird. So some of them, like, immediately force us to do stuff. So if we want to approach it from below, we have to be at the bottom here. We can't approach that from the left, though, so we'd have to hit the bottom there. So we'd have to hit the bottom from... go here, I guess? Trying to figure it out backwards is hurting my head. Like, we'd have to go from... that wouldn't work. So if I try to reach it from the top... it'd have to be something like... I can't go up here. Oh, why is that one just straight up and down? And why did that one not curve? That's weird. These instructions are making very little sense to me, Holmes. Yeah, so like this is immediately go right as opposed to go straight down. That's something that doesn't make sense. Now that's go straight up. I thought it would turn left. Wow, so that was a pretty far turnaround there. Curious. And then that one just sends me super far without giving me any choices whatsoever. That's so strange. So I think without understanding what's happening, we're in trouble. And then this one, if I go right, it's going to shoot me up. So if I go up here, that's just going to shoot me up. If I go up here, that's going to let me go like this, right? And then it's going to shoot me down. And then I can't... So if I go left, I think this is it. No! See, why doesn't it let me go down from there? If I had known, I wouldn't have taken that route. Weird puzzle.
This mine seems to have been abandoned for quite some time. I didn't know that there was such a place near the manor.
The path goes deeper into the earth. We shouldn't risk getting lost down there. Let's see if we can find anything interesting here.
But this place may be crawling with spiders.
Poor Watson, still scared of spiders. Okay, we need something to fix that lamp. Just use a hint. There's a pickaxe right there. Doesn't really look like there's anything we can interact with. It's just... we need something to set that lamp on. We need some light because it's dark. Why can't we just use our power of perception to see this area? Like, we should be able to, right? Because that's Holmes' superpower. Maybe the torch here would work. Using the torch doesn't work. I bet they're gonna make us do the trick of setting this lantern on fire. That's not the right item. Perception, not here. There's no oil. I saw a flask. Yep, that sends us right back to the hidden objects challenge. Yeah, that's annoying. Holmes should be able to just use the torch that he's carrying to see this dark area. Holmes should use his ability to look in dark areas to look in that dark area. Instead, the game is forcing us to do a hidden objects challenge. Wish the game was following its own rules about, like, internal consistency. And now this is making me worried, like, that the mystery solution is not going to make sense. If the game doesn't care about having things make sense, then it's like, why not just make up random garbage and say that's the solution? I am getting way too mad about this. Okay, the oil's going to go here. And then I'm going to use the lit torch to light it. And now I can see a hidden objects challenge! No! No, 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 no. What a terrible, terrible reward. Yeah, would have liked it way better if we could have just used perception and skipped this hidden objects challenge. That would have been a much better way for us to get whatever item is we're just trying to grab. So, spring and a clock. Earring, fishbone, voodoo doll. I don't like that. Number 37. That's strange. A sack, a spring, and a clock. Spring. Don't see the other items anywhere. Fishbone. See plenty of bones, but those things, those are fish bones. There's a sack in the background where no one can see it. And then finally we need... That is not a clock. I'm trying, Holmes. Is it this thing? That's a pocket watch. That gives us a lizard. And we're not done with this area yet, which makes me scared. We're gonna have more hidden objects challenges here. Alright. What do I do now? Hint says the lizard goes on the bat. Giving me the final coat of arms piece.
It seems that Sir Charles was interested in these mines. Here is the last part of his coat of arms.
Which is going to be very useful to us. I can feel it.
Okay. Last coat of arms, right? What does that give us?
You were right, Holmes, once again.
I didn't see what he said. Thank you. It's a scheme piece. Okay, it's a schematic piece. This explains how to perform the ritual, but what will be the consequences? We'll stop the curse and, we need the blood, I'm guessing. Venus? Okay, I guess we need Venus then. No, the game is saying something here. So here's Hound's blood. Do I put the Hound's blood there? Do I put it somewhere else? I don't know. Okay, do I use the items on everything? Like, okay, do I use speed on speed? No. I'm getting increasingly frustrated here. So let's zoom in on this and then use the hint, and maybe the hint will tell us what we're supposed to do. It says, I use materialization on Venus. That's it. You thought we were supposed to use that piece of paper for something else? No, no, no. You thought we were supposed to actually follow the schematic like Holmes was saying multiple times? No. It was just an excuse to get Venus so we can finish his solar system. Not happy. Okay, place all the dots to fill in the rays of the star. Mark the way they move on each second click. What on earth are you talking about? So I'm confused. Okay, so I move this one here. And this one there. And then on this one there. Basically, I'm filling in every empty one. Huh. Nope, that's not right. So I'm trying to fill everything up. Is that it? And I'm gonna have to finish with... like these two. So I'm gonna have to go back and forth. I guess probably do opposite ones. So each move I make is mirrored. No. Yeah, that doesn't work. So this explanation is strange. Your symbol moves it to one of the opposite rays, which are highlighted. So if I move a piece, it's going to go there. Move a piece next to it. Move those two. And I can move this down and this up. But then those two pieces don't match. Looks like this is going to be another skip puzzle. I don't know. It's probably something silly like, okay, 3. And then I go 1, 2, 3, boom. 1, 2, 3, boom. And then 1, 2, 3 from the starting point or the moving point. Like that? Does that make any sense? I think I messed up my count there. But I bet the solution is something like that. 1, 2, 3, move. 1, 2, 3, move. 1, 2, 3, move. 1, 2, 3, move. Now we have all the elements for the ritual.
The plan we found in the manor corresponds exactly to this place. We only have to follow the instructions to summon the Hound.
Yeah, but we didn't see the instructions. We immediately ignored them in order to get the planet Venus.
And once it's here, how are we going to get rid of it? We know that we have to use the medallion against it, but how?
Just use the time. Make it get super old in 3 seconds, and then it will die.
Do not bother us with details, Watson. We will know when the time comes. In any case, we must find all elements needed for the invocation.
Wow, Sherlock, that's really not smart. He's like, oh, who cares about important details like, will I survive? Ugh. Figure it out as I go along, okay? Seriously. Okay, so the meteorite goes here. And then the blood goes here. And then what? We need to use materialization there. Okay, yep. We're going to use each power in one spot. Good. I was worried it would make the game would make us go to like 5 different new locations. There's the monster.
I can't believe my eyes.
Yeah, it worked! We used magic to destroy the monster.
The monstrous animal has been reduced to ashes.
Dust swept like the wind, like the curse also dissipated.
You're out of danger, Sir Henry.
Hooray!
What a night, my friends. No doubt it will remain etched in my memory for the rest of my life. Holmes, Dr. Watson, how can I possibly thank you? You've done so much for my family.
No need to thank us, Henry. I will spend the next few weeks reconstructing the events of this adventure and trying to find a logical link. However, for me, this work of analysis is already a reward.
A logical link. Yeah, sure. Can you explain how we logically time traveled, Holmes?
Well, my friends, if you do not mind, I would not be unhappy to return to our good old city of London. For my part, my reward will be a cup of decent tea and a good day off.
Alright, we beat the game. Hooray! I did not beat the game in hard mode, though. So, I could, when I post a video, which is the entire game without any commentary, I'll do that in hard mode. Oh, I also got another achievement for not skipping any of the scenes. 2 weeks later. Was this a preview for the next game?
He will be here soon.
I'm looking forward to seeing him again.
My friends, what a pleasure to see you again.
We are glad to see you too, Henry. Plus, I think that you have a surprise for us.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, it's impossible to surprise you, but perhaps a small clue would be useful. It is a testimony of my gratitude after what you have done for my family.
But, Sir Henry, to solve the Baskervilles case was indeed the most delightful reward for a detective like me.
Anyway, let me introduce my gift.
Introduce?
My dear Holmes, let me present to you the terrible Hound of the Baskervilles.
Aww. It's a cute puppy. Let's give Sherlock Holmes a puppy. Yeah, sure, that's a great way to end the story. Sure, why not? Okay. Thanks for watching this video. As I indicated, I'll make a bunch of bonus videos for this. I'll do a version of the game without any commentary. I'll do a version of me solving all the puzzles on hard mode and easy mode. That will have commentary. I'll do a version. I'll do just all the cutscenes. You know, no commentary, just all the cutscenes so you can see them all back to back. Maybe the game will make a lot more sense that way. And also, you know, I did a normal video walkthrough for this game many, many years ago. You can check out my super old walkthrough of the game. You can check out that too! I played other Sherlock Holmes games as well. You can search for that on my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. I've also played another Sherlock Holmes and the Hound of Baskervilles. That was more of a text game from the 1980s. It was not as good as this one. So hooray, I beat the game. I really excelled myself. I'm fantastic. Yay. 2 hours and 26 minutes. All right, all right. A little bit longer than I thought it would take, but that's fine.